Some want a new start with drugs but can't tell Betty she's also a full-blown punk, so James, determined, sought the doctor, hoping to quit anti-drug meds for good. She thought a super willpower would be enough to conquer her addiction, but the doctor was not impressed at all. The doctor patiently and humorously informed her that quitting isn't a walk in the park. Many folks face plant right at the finish line. He advised James to stick to the treatment plan and take it slow, plus after reassessment, he'd draft up a workable no-drug plan. But when James went to get her anti-drug meds, she bumped right into Betty. Seeing the one who once fooled her, Betty's temper flared up faster than a microwave popcorn. Betty didn't hesitate to storm off. James hurried to explain himself, but Betty was just too fed up to care. Their relationship met its end, and just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, James' career hit a bump. She was out there like a headless chicken, singing on the street. At this moment, an arrogant man walked by, letting his dog use James' backpack as a restroom. The dog owner's disdain sparked outrage. Soon, it led to a street brawl, prompting police to rush and break it up. Though surveillance cleared James, she faced a 6-month street performing ban. Love and career kaput. This sent James spiraling for months, realizing once she indulged in weakness, she'd fall flat, like crashing under everyone. She crashed, spirit low, mental state nosediving, darkness creeping back into her life. Seeing vendors sell contraband outside, pressure and cravings surged. She walked to the window, battling herself. In watching you, she wanted to say, yet bit her tongue, thinking thanks, but no thanks. Now all James had left was Bob, her sole emotional support. She knew she could go hungry, but Bob was about to starve. So she picked herself up, found a paper route, and wouldn't you know it, Bob's lucky charm kicked right back in, and James' business was booming. That little orange cat with its adorable looks was like a magnet for passers-by. Turns out, they didn't even want the papers. They'd happily shell out a few bucks just to cuddle with the kitty. Bob was such a good sport, always playing the star of the show and posing with customers like a pro. Bob's cuteness pulled in more and more people, even catching the media's attention about this special duo. They wanted to write a heartwarming story of a bum and a stray cat saving each other for the internet. With our magazine business picking up, James' life began to hit the right notes again. In just days, she became a shining beacon on London streets, but luck didn't last long. Just when life started cruising, unexpected torment reared its ugly head. One day she met a mother and son duo. The little boy fell in love with Bob, pestering his mom to buy him, resorting to moral arm-twisting. She claimed James' income was unstable, and the stray cat with him was doomed to misery. She offered a hefty sum to show how serious she was, but James was having none of it. No matter the price, James wouldn't part with Bob, because Bob wasn't just her pet, he was family. But the woman, feeling humiliated, slammed the magazine she was holding down to the ground. The sudden crash startled Bob, and he scrambled down from James' shoulder and took off. Suddenly, with some mischievous bystander chasing after them, by the time James realized what was happening, it was too late. She searched everywhere for Bob, but found no sign of him in the city. A week went by without her giving up hope of finding Bob. She couldn't focus on work, nor dare to take a break. Her mental state was hanging by a thread. The doctor advised her to control her emotions, otherwise all her efforts would go down the drain. In despair, James strummed her guitar. As the ache of missing Bob continuously spread, a profound emptiness enveloped her heart, and at this moment, the drug dealer outside the window waved at her as if greeting an old friend. Yet picturing Bob's adorable face and their bond, she managed to rein in her urges once again, resisting the terrifying thought. Life may be tough, but maybe the universe feels guilty about her situation. When she wearily returned home, she suddenly heard a familiar voice. "I love you. I love you." The joy of finding Bob washed over her, making her resolute not to let him slip away again. She may be a homeless person, but her cat wasn't going to lead that life. For Bob's better future and for a more fulfilling life of her own. Convinced she was ready to quit drugs, James knew this road was going to be rough. The doctor warned her that the withdrawal would be unimaginably painful, like flu times 100. However, James had made up her mind. As a street dweller, respect was rare. Now with Bob by her side, people not only talked to her willingly, but also respectfully called her Bob's owner. This newfound respect and recognition fueled her determination to change. What doesn't kill you strengthens you, they say. Before cutting off her meds, James sought out Betty. She apologized for her previous deception, promising to make it up to her once she got back on her feet. But Betty in the room offered no reply. Feeling defeated, James turned to leave, but just then Betty opened the door, offering to send food over for. Not wanting to impose, she opted to take responsibility, prepping her meals for the week. Her battle with herself began. She first tried distracting herself with guitar and silly bands. But before long, her unease turned into restlessness and irritability. She tied her hands, lying on the floor, twitching, feeling like thousands of ants gnawing her. At her worst, she felt like she was about to completely unravel. And when it ends, remember to subscribe to us.